when I met this man, he had all of those qualifications besides the fact that I was making more money than him. I wasn't that excited about that in the beginning. Because I'm like, God, he from the streets. He loved God. He got business sense, but I make more money than him. He had stability. He had all his own stuff, but he just wasn't at the highlight of his career. And I'm glad I didn't look him over. A lot of women would have looked him over because women think men got to come done. They got to have the Lambo already. They got to have the Rollies. Like, they got to have it already done. But I understood the assignment. I knew I was a helpmate. So I knew that any man I was going to get with, he was going to get better. It was no way he couldn't because I had too much knowledge. I had too much. I'm like, I looked at him. I said, he got the house. He got his own car. He was stable. He wasn't a bum. He just needed a little help.
See, the thing is, you know, you had tools in your toolbox. You knew like what you was capable of. I don't think a lot of women can help a man get to the next level. So that's why they want a man done. They can't help him get there.
That's good. I like that.
You can't help me get there.
It's because they put the value in their vagina. Like, they got tools too. They're just using the wrong tool. Like, you thinking because I'm sucking in and I'm spitting and I'm doing all these backflips and I'm bending over that I'm going to keep a man. That's not going to keep the man. He going to get the attention of the one he got to chase.
A word.
Ooh, look at that.
I was not against nothing that sister just said because,
I wouldn't either, actually.
you know, it something was said earlier where it's like, where you said something about the right man. No, your man. Your man is just the right man for you.
Yeah.
If you choose to have that man, he's the right man for you. Because I know plenty of women that have great men in their lives, and they might not be in the best financial state, but they are and I mean everything to them. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. And there are not a lot of women that have the strength to even, or the knowledge in the mind process to think like she just said. She was like, I know what I got, but I know what I needed. And just like he got all of this, he's that little percent. She's that little percent that he needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
so
how are you?
If we could get some folks to be like, no, I need him to be already fixed. So if he's already fixed, what you bringing? What does he need you for? And vice versa. If she got all this, sir, if she got, you know what I'm saying, you want a woman to do this, this, and this, you think she gonna want you? It's always back to the situation where people go, there's accountability in things. I made a post on my Team Your Fault page on IG where I'm sure y'all saw where the woman was driving and the man was trying to propose her in the car. It looked fake. I don't know. And the brother was just holding the ring. He was like, she's mad and she don't want, because I'm trying to propose her. She said after 10 years, y'all, and he didn't thought out about it. Now, granted, the proposal was shitty because you just pulled a ring out while she's driving trying to propose to her in the car. But what she said is what got to me. She said, after 10 years, y'all, 5 years ago, I wanted it. I don't want none of this shit. But so why did you stay for another 5 years? You settled for that. Ma'am, you got to take the accountability that
Thank you.
And I've said this on this show a million times, y'all. We get what we allow as humans. It ain't just women, it's me, it's all of us. Why are we steady just sitting there with this shit? So you thought, okay, well, eventually he gonna do it. And when he decides to do it in the way that he's always been, that you were settling with, now you mad?
Nonchalantly.
You never told him, I would like for you to, I mean, like I said, granted, it was a shitty proposal that he was trying to propose to her that way, but you were settling for this. Now you want to be mad about it? You've been dealing with the same personality of this man for the past 10 years. So he's going to keep on giving you that because he never knew that this was a problem. If you are not speaking up to what the issue is and what you really want, they're going to keep on giving you the bare minimum. We always tell them they give you the bare minimum because we accepting it. Just like these men are accepting the bare minimum of these women. Y'all keep accepting this shit too. I'm not accepting nothing. I ain't accepting no apologies, no nothing. Talk to God, not me.
I agree with like 98% what you said. Actually, probably 99% of what you said. And the thing about it is when we view it as a bare minimum, like maybe the person giving you the best of them right there. Like even in that dude, what that dude was doing, right?
Yeah.
It was a shitty proposal, right? But the thing is, I'm looking at it from a man's perspective. Maybe she's been giving him this thing over the years, like, I'm not gonna be no girlfriend my whole life and all the whole thing, and he's scrambling and scraping.
Yeah, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
So when he did that, right, he probably got enough courage up to get the ring or whatever. He might have fumbled and then say, "Hey, here, I'm sorry, here, can we get married?"
Right.
And so that part was janky. But does that really supersede? Do you want to be married or do you want the process of marriage? Like, so,
right.
so you
because
could
all
have
she
threw that
cared
out the
about was you
window.
ain't got no flowers, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't think about nothing. Obviously, he ain't been thinking about shit for the past 10 years, baby. And you've been dealing with it.
The pivot point was when you said that. She said, well, I wanted this 5 years ago. Like, damn, so now you're going to condemn him now for finally being able to step up to the plate? So then you wonder why men don't make steps. Because men don't make a bunch of little steps like women do. Women be all over the place because we outside, we over here, we over here. Men make jump leaps over like this. So when the men, we feel like we walking in a minefield. We feel like our next step might be our last step. Especially when we always got these things hanging over our head that, hey, if you're not better year 3 than year 1, then I'm going to leave. Or if you don't take me on date night, I'm going to leave.
Like
and then we got to be more empathetic towards each other if we want to come to each other. Because he fumbled he fumbled it. He shouldn't have did it that way. But then I got to thinking. My mom told me how my dad proposed was the most unromantic thing I could think of. I won't say fun, but it wasn't. My dad essentially was like, hey, you want to get married? She said, yeah. They drove to a ring shop, bought a ring, and got married. Like, wasn't no sparklers and Jodeci in the background, and it wasn't none of that.
That's not like they decided to get married. That don't sound like they got engaged.
No.
Yeah, that's different.
There's a difference.
I'm not saying that they got married that same day. What I'm saying is that was the steps of the process, because they had a nice wedding and all that. They didn't go elope or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is it wasn't that was the process. They was in the car. He was like, "You want to get married?" She was like, "Yeah." They went and got a ring. Then they set up the wedding, and then they got, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, it could have been more romantic for sure.
I
but
think that
the priority was being married. So what I'm saying is, are we getting caught up in the whole want to be married thing versus being married?
In defense of your dad, I don't think that was honestly all that romantic. I don't know your father, but based on just that story alone, it's giving me that's romance to him. And your mother was accepting of that type of romance. He still allowed her to go to the store to pick the ring to have the wedding. Like, it was still a moment in itself. Like, in a way that she could accept as a woman. So I think that the girl that she's speaking about, she had a completely different view on what that moment was going to be for her.
And just like the sister with the gentleman that's making less money than her, she didn't care about that because he obviously has something that she needed in her life, and she had empathy to accept that. I don't care about that because he got something. He got a potential that I need in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think about it like that, because you can have all of this, but it's something that I'm missing, and I need that. And he had it, and she had the empathy to realize that.
And then your dad took immediate action. He said, "You want to get married? Let's go get this ring. Let's go. And
then he let her pick it
and then she picks her ring." I don't think that was unromantic. I don't think that was
Okay. So what I hear is, maybe you should find someone that could fill that big void that you have in your life.
Yes.
Right. That's
and then also, to my mom's credit, because I was talking about my mom. I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Do you didn't feel no type of way about him not getting down on one knee or nothing?" She said, "No, I don't like that at all. That's like a man begging."
Period.
So when y'all say it, you gotta find the person that's accepting of you, of how you come. Then it's gonna last.
What you say? Bro, you gotta propose to the person the way they want to be proposed
begging. You out here doing the keep sweat. She said she don't want that.
Because I don't think I'd be.
Get your ass up off that floor.
It's dirty down there.
It's dirty down there. Don't you know how many germs be on the floor?
You know how many people don't walk over here?
They don't clean up.
Oh, y'all got me in tears.
Your mama went with it. She said, absolutely not.
That's a word.
Absolutely not.
Shout out to yo mama.
Your mama.
That's a word, bro. I
would say the first modern woman.
I do want to give grace real quick for the girls who have like an idea of their proposal in their head. I don't think that's a bad thing, but you should at the very least let your partner know if y'all are in those talks. If you're not the type of girl who doesn't want the glitz and glam, let them know that. If you don't want your whole family in the room, tell them that. If you need a whole bunch of fireworks going off, they should know that too. Like, you should be forthcoming about the things that you desire when it comes to stuff like that.
All of these conversations have the same parameters. Understand. Comprehend. Comprehend, understand.
Because it's like, hello. Like, literally, y'all, all I knew was I was going on a damn birthday trip. Like, hey,
that's all she knew.
I ain't think nothing about my proposal. The man just know I don't like attention. I don't like attention. I apparently picked up my ring 2 years prior. Didn't think shit about it. But it went the exact way I really wanted it, and I appreciate that. It was strangers in the room, but shit, it was so quiet that they wasn't even, I don't even think they were really paying attention until I said, "Oh my God." And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just know your person.
You gotta you gotta know your person.
Know your person.
Sister knew her person by saying that she was like, he got everything, but I make more money than him.
One thing.
But he has everything that I need.
Yeah. He has everything. I have that one thing, and he got everything.
That is beautiful
so let's
to
make
me.
that thing. Yes.
That is beautiful to me.
I love that. I love that for her.
I hate it for the sister that was mad about it. You ain't getting no flowers or nothing. Well, girl, why are you still here? Why are you still here?
Yeah, don't complain after 10 years.
What we said earlier, therefore you settled.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I'm in this relationship now. I'm gonna continue to stay here.
You chose disappointment.
There's the
he pulled up with disappointment.
You gotta continue to think about that. There's accountability on both sides of everything. When somebody might do something really bad on this relationship, but you gotta. But it also makes you go, well, where was I lacking for them to get to this point?
What? Yeah, self accountability.
What did I do?
What was it? But like. And then you go back. You have to.
Don't you go blaming yourself.
Don't just.
But
blame
you need
yourself.
to self-evaluate.
But I'm big on doing my self pros and cons when it comes to myself. I'm big on self love than anything. If I don't, I had to reevaluate my life real big before I got in a relationship with my husband. Like for real. I was like, I cannot be this because it wasn't about. I didn't care who he liked when he met. I didn't like that girl. I didn't like her. So if I don't like her, guess what? She gotta go, bro. I'm sorry. You might not like her no more. If you want me to stick around, it's just something. But I didn't like that person. So therefore, I changed to the person that I wanted to be for me. Right. And if you want to continue to be with me, this is what we're going to deal with.
And why people act like people can't evolve and grow?
You know, there's nothing wrong with evolving together. You know what I'm saying? If you're evolving together, that's beautiful.
A lot of people believe that people can't change and don't.
Exactly.
So they don't feel
I miss the old you.
The need to grow with somebody anymore because at the end of the day, that's who you are.
You got people in their head. And trigger warning, you have people that get unalived because of stuff like that. Because someone was so pleased with who you were when you were too busy killing yourself. I'm sorry that I had to say that, but that's what it is. We have to stop accepting that as well. I don't want to settle to be something that I'm not comfortable with just so I can continue to please somebody. That's not, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be with me at the end of the day regardless. So
I think that the problem is the majority of the women that won't even consider a man that has less than them, they don't even have that much to offer in the first place. The ones that want them to come already prepared, they're not offering much.
Bars.
They're right
in
there.
The first place.
They're right there.
Bars.
If you do how I was raised before my mom met my stepdad, I just saw my mom working all the time. So that was instilled with me. I need to be able to sustain in case I have to like do this by myself. That's not the end goal, but I need to know how to do it. If I just think of, I need to get established and I need to make sure that I can take care of myself. So if a man is coming, he needs to have more than what I'm coming with. I'm going to miss out on so many great men.
Because you're too busy holding out.
Like being realistic, black men are already at a disadvantage. Black women have more advantages. It's easier for me to get ahead than it is for a black man. So if I automatically discredit you or disregard you because I have more than you, and it's crazy that I'm going to discredit you because you have less than me, but I don't want to be subservient to the man that has more than me. I still want my independence because I came into this with all of this stuff. So just because you got a little bit more than me don't mean that I got to do everything you tell me to do. But you don't want to give a chance to a man that has less than you.
It's like make it make sense.
It's like you going in this loop, so you just always gonna be this lady with all of the cats and the attitude and.
And we over here, and then we over here running in a circle. All we doing is sleeping with y'all, having sex with y'all, running away from y'all. Then we talking shit about y'all, come back to y'all, have sex with y'all, leave y'all. It's a whole perpetual cycle, and dare I say, the person that controls the agenda is sitting back, ain't even gotta do that much, just throw a little salt in the game. Why you think these stupid viral clips come out all the time talking about, hey, you ain't gotta do this, or hey, she ain't nothing but a 304, or they just throw them things out there to keep the hamster wheel momentum going. We need to stop it. We don't need to slow it down. We need to straight stop it. You know how you stop and you gotta roll around it a few times before it stops? Yeah, but you gotta stop giving it the momentum. And that's the whole purpose of this. We talking about it, but we trying to come with some type of perspective where we say, hey, I kind of understand what you're saying. Even if I don't all the way agree, I can come up with a solution for that. Same thing with you, bruh. I don't understand why you feel like you need to dominate me. Hey, I'm a person just like you, but let me be your partner instead of us getting triggered by partnership. Because I get triggered by that because to me, that's like this. Then when you say submission, then it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we need to erase all that, find a foundation that we all can springboard off of, because everybody just jumping off the trampoline at the same time. No way we'd be able to get as high as we could if we all jumped at the same time. One bang,
somebody
one
gonna break the
sound.
ankle.
Yeah, somebody gonna break that ankle, get thrown in the air.
Somebody gonna break that ankle.
Somebody
real
gonna bounce
quick.
right the fuck off.
Oh, somebody's
Right.
definitely gonna bounce off. Somebody gonna go this way. Everybody gonna bounce, and then it's just gonna. Ain't nobody gonna.
But had they been submissive and learned that they wasn't even supposed to be up there jumping in the first place, and they just played around, they wouldn't even had to break their ankle. But submissive, I don't want to do that. No, I want to jump. I can't jump. Let me submit myself because I know that I can't do that, or I may not be able to do it as well as you. Let me submit myself.
Right. So what you do is you submit yourself by you just stand there. Don't get the jumping up and down. Don't do nothing. Just stand there. Let me jump on it, and we both go up.
Right. That momentum. You jump.
Or even if you go up higher than me.
That's it. I'm gonna watch. Like, no, y'all take y'all turn. I'm gonna be back here and I'm gonna watch y'all real quick. And then you see the aftermath. You're like, no, I'm gonna go over here. I'm straight. That's exactly.
Right, people breaking their ankles when they the ones that jumping and they ain't even supposed to. Yeah, but you mad at everybody else because you decided to jump when you weren't supposed to be. Now it's y'all fault.